Rise and shine, Hoosiers, and welcome back to the Bloomington Breakfast Club. I'm Olivia Wilson.
And I'm Jess Ornelas. This morning, we're going on a coffee crawl, taste testing, and ranking the most popular coffee spots in town.
Sounds absolutely delicious. We're also sitting down with Emma Harding, the editor-in-chief of An Inkslinger's Observance, a literary journal created by the Publishing and Editing Club at IU.
I can't wait to hear all about her amazing work. Grab your cup of coffee, Hoosiers. It's going to be a wonderful morning.
Good morning, Hoosiers. Jess and I are going on a coffee crawl this morning. Jess, what coffee stores are we visiting this morning?
We're going to go to Morgan Stern's, Hopscotch, Crumble, Soma, and Inkwell.
I am so excited. Once we get to the stores, we're going to be asking for their signature drink, taste testing, and then ranking them 1 through 5. Our first stop this morning is Morgan Stern's, so let's see what we can taste.
So we just got out of Morgan Stern's and we got Brothers. What's in it?
That's a really good question. She listed off so many different ingredients. There's cinnamon, chocolate, probably caramel.
Yes.
Maybe she said nutmeg. I don't really know, but it looks absolutely delicious. I'm so excited to try it. Should we try it?
Yes.
Ooh.
Wait, that's
No,
good.
this tastes like a chai. Have you ever had chai before?
No.
This tastes like a dirty chai, and it's phenomenal, actually. So I'm obsessed
You
with
love
this.
chai, don't you?
I love chai, and I'm obsessed with this.
Yes.
What do you like it?
I love it. I love it. I think it tastes amazing. I would get that again.
I would also get this again.
I understand why that's the best seller.
I also understand. So what would you say, like, out of 5?
Well, this is the first place.
This is the first
so
place.
I guess this is kind of gonna base what everything is
else.
off.
This is tough competition.
I
would say
agree.
tough competition. This is
agree.
delicious. So I'd say right now I'd rank this at 5.
I would give it a 5 too. I have no complaints.
I have no complaints.
I would chug
That's
that.
so good. We probably will.
Yes.
Okay. Well, let's move on to the next stop.
Yep.
So Jess, while we are driving to our next stop, which is Soma, which I'm so excited for, I've actually been to that coffee shop.
Me too.
And so I'm very excited to see what they have in store for us. But I want to know, what are your coffee preferences?
Okay, so I am a new coffee drinker, I would say.
Okay.
It's only been a couple years. I still haven't dabbled into like espressos, all of that. I like my coffee light. I like it sweet. I like
A nice little
caramel.
blonde coffee.
Yes. Very blonde.
Exactly.
What about you?
Well, I have to say the same. I like my coffee like I like my hair, blonde.
Okay.
Very, very blonde. And I've been a coffee drinker probably since I could remember. My mom would always drink coffee in the morning. And of course, I wanted to be like her, because why wouldn't I want to be like my amazing mother?
Right.
So I always begged her to like make me coffee, do this, that, and the other. So I make hot coffee every single morning. I had a hot coffee before I came here, even though I knew that we would be drinking at least 5 small coffees. I still drink my morning coffee because it's part of my routine. Well, I can't wait to see what they have in store for us, what their quote-unquote specialty drink is. But we're gonna keep sipping on this Brothers from Morgan Stern's while we're on our way to Soma, and we'll see you guys there.
So we just got out of Soma and we got the Lebowski, which has coconut, caramel, vanilla.
I'm very excited. I've never had a coffee with coconut in it before.
Me neither.
So I'm very excited to see. And again, she's a blondie.
She's
a little blondie. I'm so excited. Okay, I'm gonna mix this video.
Oh, the coconut's
Am I
there.
on a beach?
No, yes.
Oh my gosh, wait, hold on. I've never,
Suddenly it's 90 degrees and
suddenly
we're not in the snow.
I'm on a beach in Mexico and I'm drinking a pina colada with espresso in it.
Wow.
Wait, okay, so like this is good.
I could still
It's
taste
weird.
coconut.
It's so weird though. I've never had a drink like this ever before in my life.
No, it really is a pina colada with
It
like,
is
espresso
with a
in it.
hint of coffee.
Yes. That's
I like
a coconut
it.
drink with some coffee in it.
It's crazy. Why are we on a beach right now?
It's
Let me
really
take my
good
coat
though.
off.
It's really good though.
Okay.
I need to go
So
in.
you like this one a lot.
I like this one,
Okay.
but again, we started Morgan Stearns. The standard is already
Yes.
there. It didn't.
Yes.
It didn't beat Brothers.
No, it did not. I would say Morgan Stearns is still on top for me.
Agreed.
This is just, it's very good.
It's really good.
It's just when I think of coffee, it's not this.
no.
But that's okay because it's still phenomenal.
Yes.
It's still so phenomenal.
I think I would give it for the element of surprise that
Yes.
it gave me. I would give it like a solid 3.5. Like it's
Okay.
not a 4,
Okay.
but
I wouldn't say that it's a 4 either. Would I order it again? I don't know. Again, it's
Yeah.
not bad whatsoever. It's just different.
it is different.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
We like different
We
here.
like different. So out of 5, I'd say a 3.5 is good.
Okay.
Okay, perfect. All right, let's move on to our next stop. We just got out of Crumble and we got their Honey Bear coffee. It has obviously honey, vanilla, probably some caramel in there too.
Most likely.
Most likely.
They always do.
Have you ever been to Crumble?
Never. I've
I
never
haven't
been
either.
here. It's
I've
such a
never
cute
been
little
here.
spot,
It's
hidden
really
away.
cute. Hidden away right behind Mother Bear's.
Very
on
spacious as
Third
well.
Street. Very
There's a lot of
spacious.
room in there.
Very good. Okay, well, let me do a little mix.
Do you want to go first?
Hold on.
Yeah, I think I need to go again.
Okay, like it's not bad.
It's not bad.
It's not bad at all.
No.
I just think that we started off really strong
Yes.
with this.
Brothers.
I think that we
Yes.
started off really strong with that. So yeah, it tastes the same.
Yeah.
So like, it's, again, it's not bad. Like I could definitely drink this over the span of like 3 hours.
Right.
You know, but I would
It'll get
never.
done.
It will finish at some point when the ice is melted and it's probably room temperature.
Right.
But again, it's not bad, but it's not my favorite.
It's not bad, but it's definitely not my favorite. I wouldn't get it again.
I would not.
I
either.
would have more of a chance of getting the Lebowski before I get
Correct.
the Honey Bear.
All right. So what would you rate this?
I would give it a 2 because I feel
Okay.
like a 1 would be like, oh, I absolutely cannot drink
Right.
this.
And I could
could drink
definitely drink this. I said the 2.5. Like I
Okay.
could sip on this. I could, you know, whatever. But if I had to choose between the 3 drinks that we've had, I mean, definitely Brothers first.
Yes.
And then Soma's and then this.
Yes.
For sure.
Agreed.
Okay. Perfect.
Yep.
All right. Well, let's move on to our next stop.
I can't breathe for the first time. I'm so moving on. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, everybody, we just left Hopscotch and we have a vanilla latte here.
Okay.
Have you ever had a vanilla latte before?
I don't know. I don't think
I
so.
feel like I've had versions of it.
Right.
But it's never like stir. Like, I've never purposefully ordered one.
Mhm.
So let's give a little taste test.
It's coffee.
It's coffee. That is for sure. It reminds me a lot of the Honey Bear.
Yes, I think this one's a little bit stronger though.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. Because this doesn't have the honey in it. It's just vanilla. This is quite strong.
Yes.
I don't think that I would get this again.
I don't think I would either.
See, if I could go home and like doctor it up,
Right.
like put some other stuff in
There's
it,
potential.
There's potential, but the way that it is now,
It's too bland.
lots of coffee. So if you love the taste of coffee with like a pinch of sweetness, vanilla latte from Hopscotch is for you.
And it's good.
It's good for what it is.
If that's what you want.
If you want a vanilla latte, this is a great vanilla latte. Unfortunately, I am not a vanilla latte gal.
No.
So that's my issue.
Agreed.
But, okay, what would you rate this?
I would keep it with the Honey Bear.
I'd probably,
2.
because I rated the Honey Bear at 2.5, I'd give this a 2.
Yeah.
I'd give this a 2 because it's a little bit more bitter, more coffee tasting. So yeah, I'd say solid 2.
Yeah, I think it's just like a preference thing. I think we
Yes.
like sweet coffee.
We like sweet coffee. So
if you don't like sweet coffee, then just switch our
then
rankings.
just like swap them.
Yep.
Because we're a little biased.
Yes.
But I think it's fine. I think it's great. All right. Well, it's time to go to our last destination.
Yay.
Here we go. Jess, while we are on the way to our last destination, Inkwell, I have to know, what do you look for in the coffee shop atmosphere?
Okay, I look for some dim lighting.
Okay.
I love dim lighting. I look for probably more space, because usually when I go to a coffee shop, it's because I'm trying to relax and or do
And
homework.
get more space than
Right.
what you would in your room.
Right.
Okay.
So I don't want like I don't like when they're too close together.
Yes,
But
like
coffee
on top
shops,
of you.
Right. They're usually pretty small, but I do love having my own space, putting on my headphones. I like when, there's comfortable seating areas. I like when there's multiple different types of seats, like
Yes.
chairs, couches, love seats, all of that. So I have somewhere new to go to every single time.
Runcible Spoon has probably the best seating that I've ever seen, because every time that I go to that restaurant, I feel like I haven't been there before because it's so different, and like the seating is always different, which I really like. What is kind of your preference when you go to a coffee shop?
See, this is really hard for me because I feel like usually specialty drinks are not what I go for.
Right.
Just because I know what I want, and it's very hard for me to buy something that I might not like.
Might not like. Yes.
But I mean, specialty drinks are just fun.
They are fun.
To experiment.
They
It's
are
fun to
fun.
try new things, and also you usually find like the best drinks when you're just
trying
and
stuff. Like today, like a coffee crawl. So maybe you guys should go on your own coffee crawl, because you might find your new favorite
Right.
drink.
What about you? Specialty drinks or no?
Honestly, probably yes, because the typical normal drinks, I can make those at home. But a drink like this that has like 15 different ingredients in it, now I cannot whip this up myself because, again, I am not a barista, I'm simply a journalist. So I would definitely opt for more specialty drinks, because if I'm buying it out, I want to get something that I can't make at home.
We just came back from Inkwell and we got the Sweetheart Latte, which has espresso, white mocha syrup, and strawberry syrup. We are very excited about this one because it's one of their February specials.
Yes, I'm so excited. The coffee creamer that I'm drinking right now in my morning coffee is chocolate covered strawberry flavor.
good.
So I'm really excited. I feel like I'm gonna like this one a lot.
I'm excited.
Okay, let's dive in. Do you like it?
It's like coffee and strawberry milk.
Yes. Honestly, I could use a little bit more of the strawberry.
Interesting. I taste like a good amount.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like this.
You like this one?
I do like this.
Okay.
Thoughts?
Okay. It's not my favorite, actually.
Okay.
Wow, we're disagreeing. This is the first time this ever happened. I don't know.
In the
I feel,
history of ever.
In the history of ever. We never argue. This is more coffee than strawberry.
Okay.
But I still taste the strawberry, so it's still very good. What would you rate it?
I would give it, okay, I think this is gonna go, I like this better than the coconut one, and the coconut one I said was a 3.5, so I have
Okay.
to give this one a 4.
Could I actually have that
Based on the
coconut one really quick?
rankings.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, well now I have to retry this. Wow, there's so many flavors in my mouth right now. This is really bad. Strawberry and coconut, really good combo. I would recommend. Yes, so I like this better than the coconut. Enough. Jess and I like sweet coffee.
Yes.
Okay, we like specialty drinks. So if you're more of like a plain coffee type of drinker, your ranking is definitely going to be opposite of
lot
us,
different.
okay? Disclaimer.
yes.
Okay, we have our final ranking, and in first place we have the brothers from Morgenstern's.
Agreed.
Agreed.
And then next we have
The
strawberry latte.
Strawberry latte from Inkwell. What is our third place contender?
Our third place will go to Lebowski from Soma.
Yes.
And then fourth we have over here, Honey Bear from Crumble.
Crumble. Right? Yes. And then in fifth place, we have the vanilla latte from Hopscotch. So that concludes our wonderful coffee crawl. So we'll see you guys back in the studio.
Bye.
Welcome back, Hoosiers. Today we're joined by Emma Harden, the editor-in-chief of An Inkslinger's Observance, a literary journal produced by the Publishing and Editing Club. Hi, Emma.
Hi.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Absolutely. So happy to be here today.
Absolutely.
Emma, we are so excited to chat with you today. To start off, can you give us an overview of what An Inkslinger's Observance is? Absolutely. So it is a literary magazine published once a year by An Inkslinger's published by Publishing and Editing Club here at IU. So we're published once a year. We publish both in a digital format and in a physical one. And so every single year we publish nonfiction, we publish fiction, we publish poetry, and we publish art.
Wow, that is so exciting. So obviously you guys publish this collection of work, which is so amazing. Are there any other types of events that you guys host as the Publishing and Editing Club?
Absolutely. So we haven't planned events in the past, but we are actually planning one this year in April. So we're going to be hosting a publishing conference, just a small little event with a panel of 4 people here at IU that have publishing and editing experience. And so we have, a few people here. Some of them are IU professors. Some of them have done work with Indiana Review, that kind of thing. Some of them have worked even in places that do publishing in New York City. So we're really excited about that.
That is so exciting.
Yes.
What's such an interesting opportunity to get editors and writers from New York.
Yes, we're very, very excited about it. And some of them actually have done, teaching here at IU. So part of it is not just the excited, we're excited for the opportunity to give this to people who are able to, talk with people, learn more about editing and publishing, but also people that want to publish themselves, people that are really interested in publishing books, having, chapbooks published possibly. The nice thing about here with IU, the English program, is that there's such an emphasis on building and creating, especially with their writing masters. And so, being able to sort of open that up, give people those networking connections is a really big opportunity, we think, as well.
Definitely big
Absolutely,
opportunities.
for sure.
How did you get involved in the Publish and Editing Club?
So when I first came to IU, I was really interested in working in the editing and publishing sphere. I wasn't really sure how to get started with it though. So I started looking at clubs online, and through Be Involved, I actually found this club. And so I emailed them, I met with them, got really interested, and I learned that, not only do they teach you what goes in editing, what, publishers do, how publishing works, but they also give the opportunity to become an editor for this literary magazine, which is now what I'm in charge of.
Yes, that's wonderful. We're creative writing minors.
Yes.
Fun fact, if anyone didn't know. But I feel like that, even in the journalism realm, it's such a hard industry to kind of get your footing in.
Yes.
So I think it's really wonderful that you guys give students the opportunity to kind of, have these panels, have a place to have their work published. So for those who are watching and are interested, how does one even get involved in Publishing and Editing Club?
So with our club, we have actually sort of 2 routes that we follow. You can get involved in the club through the sort of the editing route, or you can get published by us. And we keep those 2 things separate. And the reason that we do that is to help, increase fairness for authors, poets, that kind of thing. That way we're not, being biased towards our own writers. Because then we have a lot of writers that we absolutely love. We try to keep it even between people. And so when it comes to the editing route, you'll join the club. Usually we start you off sort of doing small things. As you progress through the club, eventually you'll become in charge of a certain kind of writing. So we have the poetry editor, we have the person that does fiction, we have the person that does nonfiction, we have the person that does art. And within those will also come with other responsibilities, such as getting into contact with authors and that kind of thing. But typically, and then you sort of move up to editor-in-chief from that format. So I originally started off as a slush reader, and then I moved into sort of a general editor, and then I moved into poetry editor, and then I became editor-in-chief.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay, so it's you can move up within
Yes.
the club, which is very exciting.
And then for our publishing route, it's Pretty standard among literary magazines. You submit work, we review it through our deliberation process, and then we take a vote, so everyone gets an equal vote, and then from there we decide whether or not we're going to publish, and then sometimes we'll actually give out edits, so we'll say, yes, we're going to publish a work, but we think it might be better if we did, XYZ instead of ABC, and then they can choose whether or not to make that change.
Yes, absolutely. So I guess that kind of answers our next question
Right.
of kind of what makes it into the
Yes.
like articles and such like that.
We don't have a specific process beyond following our theme statement for what is and is not accepted. There's nothing that's like, oh, we won't publish this, we won't publish this. It's just rather that we tend to follow the 4 specific styles of writing, and then anything that fits within that theme we accept. And we have a very broad interpretation of the theme as well. That's why we publish a theme statement every single year. We don't want it to be sort of like a chain that people are forced to work with. We want it to be sort of inviting, open, interesting, inspiring.
Absolutely. That is absolutely wonderful.
Yes, and will you tell us a little bit about the new, you guys just had the Genesis.
Yes.
Post.
Your upcoming one.
Yes, that is upcoming. Last year's was Masquerade, I believe. I'm getting that right. At some point, they all tend to run
They all
together.
play together, right?
But Masquerade was last year's, if I remember correctly, and so that was all about mystery, mystique, wearing masks, that kind of thing. Just really interesting, innovative. There was a lot of work that we published had to do with parties and that kind of thing, but you'll also find, if you look at it, there was also just sort of an emphasis on the idea of, actually, no, what, I'm getting it wrong. Reflections was last year's, Masquerade was before that. That's how many we published. We publish once a year, and we publish several items within that course of events, and let me tell you, there is so much. And that's the nice thing about the club too, is you get to meet so many authors. Reflections was last year's, and that had mirrors, pools, people like, internal reflection, external reflection. There was a lot of emphasis on connection. The Masquerade before that was, parties and glamour, but also secrecy.
Yes.
And this year with Genesis, we really wanted it to be sort of divorced from the religious aspect of it, that we have accepted work that does have that theme, but we really want it to be sort of about the idea of beginnings, growth, rebirth.
Yeah.
And water is also a big theme there, but it can also be something like plants. It can be something like seeds. It can be something like starting a new job or finding a new opportunity or doing something just for the first time. Genesis is sort of meant to be the genesis of a genesis of a genesis.
Oh, yes. Fun little play on words.
Yes.
So we talked about, Masquerade was not last year, but the year before within Reflections.
Yes.
And now Genesis. So what inspired you guys to kind of go this route with Genesis? Like, what was the thought process behind it?
Every single year, and this is really, really exciting. So if you're someone that's interested in joining the club, I do recommend attending our first meeting, because that's where we first start talking about it. But every single year for our first meeting, we'll usually gather everyone up, see who's new, who's like coming back. We'll introduce like people that are in charge of the club. And then we'll say, okay, so, now we're going to pick a theme. So everyone starts throwing out ideas. And then we're like, let's do this and do this and do this. And we'll throw out just like whatever comes to mind. We like my first freshman year was hauntings, but within that we also had, I think someone threw out graveyard, and then another person threw out, I think like the idea was just inspiration. And then someone also threw out dewdrop, which I thought was very fun. But so it can literally be anything. And then after we start developing these words, because they're always one word, we'll actually start developing sentences that go along with those, because we always publish our theme and then our theme statement. And those are considered intertwined, but also kind of separate.
Yeah. Wow. That is so exciting.
Yes, and has any of your work been published on Inkslingers?
Not mine, because I've been involved with the club since my freshman year, but that we have had people in the past that chose to sort of swap routes. So they might become less involved with the club through the editing pathway, but then say, oh, okay, but now I want to be published by them. So then they'll stop being an editor, but they'll submit work throughout the course of the year.
So that's an opportunity for people,
Yes.
there's kind of free reign.
Yes.
In that. Once you decide what you want to do, you can always fluctuate.
Yes.
And decide something
Yes.
different.
The only request is that you do it differently year by year, because we don't publish people within the editing route that year.
Okay.
But if someone wants to get published, I can always say I'm going to take a step back this year because I want to submit work, and that's accepted. And vice versa. If someone says I'm really interested now in publishing specifically, I want to get more involved in that rather than write, they can always make that jump as well.
Absolutely. So I guess you've never submitted work for?
Not for an Inkslingers Observance.
Okay.
I have with the other literary magazines on campus, because we all know each other. We all talk. I mean, just last semester I was talking to a literary magazine that was just getting established on campus. Like everyone knows each other.
So obviously, of course, it's a nice tight-knit community. So what's one of your favorite pieces that you've just written in general? That might be
That
a hard
I've
question.
written, or have you
Yes.
published?
That has been published
in some type of literary magazine?
Including ours.
Yes. Any.
The first one that comes to mind is actually one that we haven't published yet. It just got accepted last week.
Okay.
Exciting.
We have a little bit of an inside scoop, just like
Yes.
the tiniest
Okay,
bit.
absolutely.
Okay, yay.
So I won't give too many details, but it's a short story, though, I mean, you know, short stories can be 500 words. This one's like 2,000.
Okay.
Which is personally what I prefer, but
Short story, loose term.
Exactly. But it's about a woman who experiences a loss in her personal life and has to find a way to sort of escape her current situation into a new beginning.
Of course. That is so exciting. So what will that be in? Will that be in?
This will be in this year's, and again, it will be published in both a physical format, which we actually like to give out for free, which we're very passionate about, being able to sort of provide that to the campus, as well as online, which you can find all of our previous editions online on our website, which is www.iningslingersobservance.com.
Perfect.
And when will it come out?
Usually we publish in April, usually like towards like the middle or end. It fluctuates depending on like, you know, what happens. If we end up getting any more late submissions, we tend to be more flexible on our final deadline. So we've had people submit things like 1 or 2 days after. We usually prefer, let me make it clear, we prefer that you submit within the deadline.
Of course, because deadlines are absolutely important.
Exactly. But if something's really, really good.
I suppose you can make a slight adjustment.
Exactly.
And then finally, you mentioned your website. Is there any socials that you guys have that people can find you on?
Yes. So we're at an Inkslingers Observance on Instagram. That's where you can find ways to sort of get involved. We also meet every Tuesday, 7 to 8 at the Walnut Room in the IMU. So if you want to just show up
and see what it's all about.
Exactly.
I absolutely love that. Well, unfortunately, that is all the time that we have to chat with Emma, but it was so wonderful getting to talk to you, and we cannot wait for Genesis to come out. We're so excited.
We're very excited about it too.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for coming on.
Absolutely. I'm so happy that you brought me here.
When we come back, we'll give you a look at events this weekend with the B-Town Buzz.
So stick around. Welcome back, everyone. It's time for another round of the B-Town Buzz, where we tell you about all of the fun events Bloomington has to offer this weekend.
On Friday, Constellation Studios is hosting an improv showdown at 7:30 p.m. Watch improv troupes compete to headline a show next month. This event is free admission.
The Back Door is having a brat dance party on Friday. This event is from 10 p.m. to 3 a.m. Come and jam out to Charlie XCX.
Saturday, the Dance Theater of Harlem will be performing at IU Auditorium. They are returning for the first time in 8 years, so hurry and grab your tickets. The performance will start at 8 p.m.
Also this Saturday, In Motion Dance Company will be hosting a body positivity workshop. This workshop will run from 12:30 to 2 o'clock p.m. at the Bill Garrett Fieldhouse. Come join to talk about body positivity and learn a super fun jazz dance.
There is a Sunday Bluegrass Jam at Trailhead Pizzeria this weekend. This event will be from 1 to 3 p.m. Don't miss out on this unique experience.
And finally, don't forget to go to the Writers Guild Prose reading this upcoming Sunday from 4 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. It will be held at the Juniper Art Gallery.
Well, that wraps up our show for today. Thank you so much for tuning in.
We are always looking to feature more local students, businesses, and organizations. If that sounds like something you'd be interested in, please contact our producer, Lauren, at laustick@iu.edu.
Also, don't forget to follow us on Instagram at IUSTV Entertainment. This has been Jess Ornelas.
And I'm Olivia Wilson. Have a wonderful week, Hoosiers. Thanks for watching the Bloomington Breakfast Club. Be sure to like and subscribe to the Indiana University Student Television YouTube channel and check out the Bloomington Breakfast Club playlist for Bloomington interviews, events, and more. Also, be sure to follow us on Instagram at IUSTV Entertainment.